falls, it lacks no root, the best of the air, case of life, everything carried. So this one is a shallow root. The stony ground is a shallow. You should have shallow root. Yeah, shallow root. So we discussed this last week. And the third one, of course, the case of life, choke seed. So case of life, riches of the world. You know, they don't want to improve. They don't want to look beyond their nose. They don't want to look beyond achievement. They don't want to, they want to focus on their achievement, not on fulfillment, and not on those things that fulfill them. And the second one is a good ground. So we stopped at the seed always works. The difference is the soil and the state of heart. That was the last statement we made last week now. Yes or yes? Or did we move from there? We move. Okay. Did we come to the point who can remember the last statement we made last week? Eh? Okay, the seed is always good and it produces a different result based on where the peoples are and where and what they hear. Is that what we discussed last week? Okay, nevertheless, let's just give one or two statements. The season of breaking. Okay, no problem. It's fine. Don't worry. We have to just give one or two statements here and then move on. What we are going to do is that we have to wrap up on this parable of the sower. Let's give one or two statements before we go to the scene of breaking. So, let's write this one down. Very, very important as we gradually. Okay, yes, I put up this statement last week. The seed is always good, but the heart is not always ready. That's what we discussed. Now, yes or yes? We discussed that one yesterday, last week. That the quality of seed and the quality of information, idea, concept, principles, and rules have the potentials, and it brings forth a lasting transformation in the life of people. But the problem is that why they are ready to accept it. Let me just also give a kind of story so that we can give one or two statements and then we can call it a day. On that particular outline. The thing is this: it's like what your values are. If you value too much of material things, you will lose sight of the spiritual things and the things that actually would have sustained the transformation in your life. So, for example, look at the case of Esau. Esau actually valued a bowl of soup, you know, and he actually sell his birthright. What he cannot see. If I told you whatever you can see, of course, are the invisible and material things. But what gives birth to invisible and material things are invisible. That's why King Solomon did not ask for material possession. He asked for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because he understood that these invisible things are going to give birth to the visible things that he sees. So he placed more value on the spiritual things that bring forth the material, of course, manifestation. So Esau never values it. So because he was caring about the things of life. For some of us will say, how come I'm talking about Esau here? What about us? The bowl of soup can be material things like money, gold, fame, popularity that will make you not appreciate knowledge, understanding, and wisdom as a system to grow yourself. So Jesus Christ said that you seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and other things will be added unto you. So be ready for the revelation to take root in your life. If you're not ready for opportunities to take root in your life, you're not ready for ideas to take root in your life, you're not ready for knowledge to take root in your life, you're not ready for it, you will not have the season of breaking. That's where we're going to start to write it down on your notes. Be ready for revelation to take root in your life. Be ready for the revelation of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom to take root in your life. Be ready. Be ready. Please, maybe you have to take this one. Take it up, please. Take it up when the light comes up. However, take this thing up. When the light comes up, we can bring it down again. So, be ready for the revelation of knowledge, understanding, wisdom to take root in your life. So, you're not ready for ideas to take root in your life. You're not ready for opportunity to take root in your life. You're not ready for any positive message or seed to take root in your life. It will not happen. You don't have the seed of breaking. So, if you're ready for revelation of knowledge, understanding, wisdom to take root in your life, then you are ready for a season of breaking. And it's going to determine by what you prioritize in life. You have to place more priority on spiritual things more than material things. You have to place more priority on your wisdom, knowledge, understanding, personal improvement more than material things. Be ready for the revelation of knowledge, wisdom, understanding to take root in your life as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as an investor. So you're not ready to leak the knowledge that produces the result cannot be sustainable. So be ready for the revelation of knowledge, wisdom, understanding to take root in your life. You have to prioritize these spiritual things, systems, structures, ideas, concept, wisdom. You have to prioritize it more than material possession because you are magnet. I keep saying it. So, okay, let's go to where we are going to today. We are going to the season of breaking. That's what we are actually doing today. We have 2 more outlines to go. Let's see how far we can go. The season of breaking. So if you're not ready to improve your financial state, you're not ready. Please let me bring it down. Thank you. God bless you. So Abraham, bring that thing down. God bless you. So If you're not ready for personal growth, you can never sustain anything that it result that it produce. So before I go to talk about the sin of breaking, I saw the scripture I like so much. I always tell you, each time I'm talking to entrepreneurs, businessmen, and investors, I'll find a common ground. Whatever all of us can I agree. Well, I don't need to struggle. So once you agree on something, forget about the rest. But we can always agree on so many things along the way. So I'll always go take my teachings when I'm talking to entrepreneurs from the scriptures, because 95% of us, if not 99 or 100, are Christians here in this part of the country. So we believe in the scriptures. So I saw these particular scriptures in Hosea 10, verse 12, on the season of breaking. Hosea 10, verse 12. Hosea 10, verse 12. And it says something that says, break up the fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord. So that is to say that most of the things that you are actually passing through, that you're not supposed to pass through them, assuming you just accepted informations on time. I think you are willing. But since you don't accept, universe has to allow you to pass through certain things so that you'll be broken. So that at that point of brokenness, that's why you can now say, I really need you. So, because when you come to a point, I don't need God, I can do everything my strength, God, you are not important. Once you come to that thing called, let me clean this up so that I can do some certain things here for entrepreneurs, so that you actually seek mentorship and never get tired of mentorship. Once you come to that point of arrival mentality, what I call it, arrival mentality. Okay? So it also, it will lead for you to pick offense, then offense. You easily pick offense. Once you keep picking offense, it also leads to what we call disloyalty. What else is called? Disloyalty. Disloyalty. Disloyalty doesn't just happen. It doesn't happen. It just happens because somebody got offended. Why did he get offended? Because he thinks he knows everything. And why does somebody get disloyal? Once he gets to another thing called rebellion. Tell me rebellion. Rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. So it's worse. It's worse than anything. So that kind of person can never experience personal transformation, can never sustain anything, can never experience real change. When rebellion is fully formed, you know what it leads to? It leads to disobedience. You know, disobedience. Disobedience. And that's the worst thing. Because at this point of your life, even if your father, your mother, your somebody you're looking up to forgives you, at this point, this rebellion, at this point, the universe will start fighting you. Whatever you do will not prosper. You'll be working hard. You don't know, why am I not experiencing? I've been reading all the books now. I've attended all the class now. I've done everything now. Why is it not working? Because, when somebody pick offense, that's what I keep telling people here. For you to pick offense, you must come to a point of getting yourself green every day. If I'm going to be reading every day, I'm not going to think that I know everything. I know in part, and everybody knows. So it will not lead to that arrival mentality is very wrong. When nobody can talk to you, nobody can correct you, you feel you know it all, it never happens. Even King Solomon never knows it all. God actually gave more men, more wisdom, more wisdom. He actually was a wise man. One of the wisest men ever. But he actually learned so many things. So don't come to the point of being feeling that you know it all. Because it leads to making you pick offense. From every small thing. From your pastor, from your bishop, from your president, you pick offense. From everybody. And once you pick offense, it's a bad place to be. And once you give birth to rebellion, my brother, your name is sorry. Say no sorry. And because this rebellion is like a sin of witchcraft, you cannot allow a true transformation to happen. Don't allow personal development to happen. Don't allow people to actually experience the real change in their financial life, emotional, spiritual life. Because everybody is just wrong. You are the only one right. It's very, very bad. So understand this very well, that the season of change can never happen except the ground is broken. So before harvest comes, there must be a breaking. Before you go and harvest your cassava, you have to break the ground, to bring it out. Before you go and harvest your yam, you have to break the ground. So people don't want that process of breaking. They want everything to change, but I don't want to break. Just want to remain the way I am. It's not going to be sustainable. So a fallow ground is simply an unplowed, unused land. It once produced result, but now it's dormant. So it's a state of mind, it's a state of a heart. So I think we need to write that down. Before harvest comes, there must be a breaking. Write it down. Before harvest comes, there must be a breaking. Before harvest comes, there must be a breaking. Then before harvest comes, there must be a breaking. Full stop. Fallow ground is simply unplowed land. That's unplowed land. And the land has not been tilled. Or unused land. It's simply an unplowed land. So the land is still strong. You can't plant seeds. Even if you throw seeds there, the seed will not develop good roots. You have to dig the ground to put it very well. So this fallow land is simply an unplowed land, unused land. Bracket open, it was once useful and produced maximum result, but now it is dormant. So many people's hearts, it's been long, they read books, it's been long, they take instructions, it's been long. So it was, the heart was once, one time, not picking offense, was not like a baby who keep learning. Over the weekend, my small boy did, my one of my son did something offended. So I just beat the bad. I beat and finish. The guy run, go forward, come back to me. He came back to me now. I need to quite long. He still, I bring biscuits. But for adults, hey, they go vex. They go vex for you. They go hold you grudges. They go pick offense. Which is very, very wrong. Not a lot of people say we should go and learn from these guys. So this heart that's being in children should be in your heart. So because still, a fallow ground is simply an unploughed land, unused land. Bracket 2, it was once producing result, but now is dormant. So you cannot be sustainable creating quality life, quality relationship. You are not ready to learn. Unlearn and relearn. Why people cannot unlearn certain behavior that is not empowering them? Because they feel they know it too much. That's arrival mentality. The people friends. And that will lead to disloyalty, and that's the worst place to be. I keep telling you don't like your church you are going, please leave. You don't like your community, leave. You don't like your neighbor, leave. You don't need to have this bitterness, because bitterness is punishing yourself for someone's stupidity. Why does someone get bitter? Because he feels he knows better. You have to be bitter. You don't have to feel bitter. You have to just let go. But that state of mind cannot produce sustainable results as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you know that your mind is like a workshop, it's not a workshop. So you need a sanity of mindset to constructively create value that solves problems for humanity. For transactions between a lot of exchange, to exchange value for value. That's what happens in the marketplace. So, but this unploughed land, they cannot allow a true real transformation to happen to entrepreneurs. You are talking, these people can start businesses, but one seems to get more result than that. It's a state of their mind. The universe cannot give you more than you can handle. That's what happened. The universe, like I keep my mentor said, is like an ocean. Whatever you take to the ocean is what you're going to fetch from. Get a cup, go there, you're going to fetch from. Bucket, a drum, trailer, whatever you go. So the universe has no limitation. The limitation is in the mind. Why limitation? Because the land is not been employed. It's so strong. It's dormant. So what happened? When coaching comes, training, mentorship, divine position, the ground will be broken. But people don't want to accept coaching. They don't want to accept mentorship. They want to accept instructions. That's the problem. So you start to unlearn, deconstruct, softening the heart. So write it down, like this. Trainings, write it down. Trainings, teachings, coaching. Trainings, teachings, coaching, mentorship. Trainings, teachings, coaching, mentorship are the instruments. Trainings, teachings, coaching, mentorship are the instruments that the universe used to till the ground. That the universe used to till the ground of our heart. That is a better English for us. Trainings, teachings, coachings, mentorship are the instruments the universe used to till the ground of our heart for us to unlearn, deconstruct, relearn, and soften the heart for a new life. So you want to give birth to a new life. Any of them is fine. Teachings, coaching, mentorship, training. They are all the instruments the universe uses to till the ground of our heart for us to unlearn, relearn, deconstruct, and soften our heart for a new thinking to give birth to a new life. A new thinking for a new life. Because thoughts are things. You are actually the product of your thought. Somebody say, thought you can remove just from thought, but actually, what makes you think that way is because of your thinking. Why? So, because as a man thinking in his heart, so he is. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So, trainings, teachings, mentorship, coaching, these are all the instruments the universe used to till this ground of our heart for us to unlearn, relearn, deconstruct, and soften the heart for a new thinking to give birth to a new life. So how do you apply these things in the modern day life? I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4 places in that now. So let me clean up this. So I wouldn't like to clean this up, but I would like to clean from here so that we can write. Okay? Okay, it's a season of breaking. So how do you apply this season of breaking in our life? You apply in the modern day. I put it in modern application of the fallow ground. So modern application of fallow ground. Fallow ground. Okay. So number 1 is resistance to feedback. Resistance to feedback. A lot of people don't like feedback. They feel that feedback is bad. It's not bad. There's something called, it's not all criticisms are bad. There are bad criticisms, there are constructive criticism. So you have to give constructive, you appreciate before you now criticize. And don't even criticize for the purpose of criticize. You want to actually learn. So a lot of people resist feedback. They don't like feedback. I did not say that leaders don't make mistakes. I didn't say that I don't make. I don't say that you don't make mistakes. Mistakes makes us human. Just accept it. It can't be perfect. Only God is perfect. But as an entrepreneur, that's why we keep innovating our product. iPhone 12 Pro Max has been 18 Pro Max has been. So we keep innovating because there's always a new level for all of us. There's always a new level, financial, emotional, spiritual. There's always a new level for all of us. So you don't have to resist feedbacks. Overcommitted without inner alignment. Overcommitment without inner alignment. Overcommitment without inner alignment. So now that you know better, you should act better without inner alignment. Number 3, overcommitment without inner alignment. Excuses and blame. Excuses and blame game. How do you apply it? So the day you start making excuses, I told you excuses are the currency. Poor people used to buy failure. You don't want to accept excuses are the currency. You started blaming things other than you. You blame contributing factors, external factors for the reason for where you are today. Blame your father, your mother, your children. Everybody is blamed. Your pastor, your government, everybody is blamed. You don't think, no, you are not ready yet. Just forget about it. You are not ready yet. So, number 4. Now, emotional numbness. I put it like this: emotional numbness. So, you lock up. Nobody. And the last one, cynicism from past disappointment. Number 5, SY, cynicism from past disappointment. Past disappointment. So, the reason why people don't accept personal transformation, resistance to feedback, nobody can talk to me, nobody should address me, doesn't respect anyone, doesn't reference anyone, nobody's not in his life. Don't follow a mentor who doesn't have a mentor. Don't follow a leader who doesn't have a leader. Don't follow somebody who is not following someone. That's the truth. So, because he's a very dangerous man. If anything happens, don't marry a man who doesn't respect anybody. Don't marry a woman who doesn't respect anybody. That is why one of my philosophies is that, and when somebody begins to talk about this female racism, or what they call it, female gender program, what they call that thing of feminism, please leave those women alone. They want to be like men. Allow them to be like men. Allow them. Since they like it. When somebody to do this single mom thing. So you can't be wiser than God. When God created a man and a woman, he wanted a family. Tell a family. Now you want to become the only mother and father to the child. My brother, I don't know. There's people that have bad relationship with their husband died or something happened, they become single mom. That is fine. Not the one that decide that I don't want to marry him, I don't want to be under him an authority. When I have Pekin and come back, and you want him to mentor my brother. You look like your mentor much more. That's the truth. That's why if I'm talking to you, I don't want you to be less than me. If I'm achieving a level of results in financial emotion, you should be like me and much more. You should do better. So leave those people alone. Because see, the problem is that they don't like correction. They don't like feedback. That means a life that is not accountable is not worth living. You don't want to be accountable to anyone. You don't want to go to your husband, you don't want to go to your wife, you don't want to go to God, you want to no favor. As an entrepreneur, you must be accountable because without feedback, you can't improve on your product in the marketplace. You are producing cement today, rod, you are into poultry farming, customers will give feedback. You are into fast food business. Your customers have come that this chicken or this, he said, you don't like it, let them leave. If over the weekend I watch a documentary of a restaurant who never like feedback, it's closed already. They pump in millions of naira, that's how we are. They don't like or leave us alone. The customer leave the place now. It's closed already. So feedback is very important as an entrepreneur. Turn off feedback. A lot of people don't like feedback. Even me, it's painful sometimes when we give feedback. But you know what happened? I have to put my mind in a state of not feeling arrival. Turn arrival. Never come to that point of arrival. It's a very bad place to be. What is in the sin of the devil we are talking about? From the scripture we're hearing, his arrival mentality that he knows like God. When God give Adam, so you want to go and give Adam instruction. Oh, God, you both people to give the same instruction, right? Now, that's the whole problem. The sin of this guy is rebellion. Rebellion not just start to. Devil don't they feel I'm already now. Me and God, we don't the rock shoulder. From that thing, in don't the pick offense. From that thing, disloyalty. From rebellion, they begin to rebel. The problem is not this rebellion, it's that thinking that nobody should talk to you. That thinking of no feedback. That thing can never sustain a personal transformation. The whole game is to become the ultimate version of yourself. The whole game is to make money work for you. The whole game is to make money work for you. The whole game is to be in charge. The whole game is to put yourself in a state of constantly growing. They're not growing. So you have to understand that. Write it down. Transformation only comes when you allow the hard place to be broken. Transformation only comes when you allow the hard places to be broken. What are the hard places? Accepting feedback, not over committed to things that are aligned to you, the letting go of excuses and blame game. Transformation only comes when you allow the hard places to be broken. Full stop. Transformation. You know, transformation only comes when you allow the hard places to be broken. That's when it only comes. When you allow it. Okay? Full stop. Transformation only comes when you allow the hard places to be broken. What are the hard places? Accepting feedback. Accept feedback. The one that looks like you, find the one that looks like you, throw it away. No, don't be attached to people's opinion. Just listen to it. If it's okay, fine. Not okay, let it pass. It's about interest. It's about commitment. It's about what you want. So as I keep telling you, you must have a direction. You must be clear. Have a clear sense of direction. Have a sense place of where you're going to. Because if you're not clear, distraction can easily come and take you off. Because these things will come. So transformation only comes when you allow the hard places to be broken. Full stop. Write it down. No discipline seems pleasant at the time. No discipline seems pleasant at the time. But later he produced a harvest of righteousness. Hebrews 12 verse 11. Hebrews 12:11. Hebrews 12:11. The place says that no discipline seems pleasant at the time. No discipline. No discipline is sweet. No discipline seems pleasant at the time. Full stop. Later he produced a harvest of righteousness. No discipline. I mean none. Even to get 6 packs, my brother, not the easy thing. Me, I don't try them now. They tell me every time. So I've tried to get 6 packs. When I hit the gym one time, nobody tell me, say, "Oh, fun. Are you really ready to continue in this?" But one day I will hit the gym again and develop 6 packs. But now this one, hulala, tell no hulala, 60 pack, tell no 60, 1 pack, tell no 1 pack. I like this 1 pack. Now, one day I will get 6 packs. But for today, the team paid me. I go gym, they say, make I spray like they do like this. As I finish, my stomach pain. I say, who save me walk? Who save me walk? Oh, but I don't get the 6 packs. I quit. If I don't quit, I know I'll get the 6 packs. I look at myself. I begin to justify myself. After Dangote doesn't have 6 packs. That's what happened to many people that quit on things. They begin to justify. I justify you. I'm seeing human in the flesh. I'm telling you. Me, instead I quit. I can't see. I'm still maintaining my 1 pack. Then a 1 pack. At the end of the night, after my wife doesn't complain. After all, why am I doing 6 packs for? That was justification. Which I know saying, to do. But the thing is not even a problem. I begin to say, after all, my father has 1 pack. I begin to justify myself. But one day I'll go and get 6 packs. Then 6 packs. But none of them easy. Even to read, my brother no be smart thing. That time we go school, they carry like book for water. They read for exams. We don't say we don't do revision. We don't read all through the semester. Now we have to revise. Answer 3 years past question. Go to where they do photo, buy question paper, begin to answer them. Like say we just test ourselves. Sleep they come with they carry head. What am I trying to say? None of them is easy. It's not easy. Discipline is not easy. Discipline is not punishment. So discipline is the capacity to use your mind, control your body, to do what you say you will do, whether you feel like it or not. So you don't have to be feelings. So when it becomes a personal transformation, you have to actually understand that you have to let some excuses go. So no discipline seems pleasant at the time. Later you produce a habit of righteousness. If you are with me, shall I? So breaking up the shallow ground is that you have to unplug the used ground. You have to allow revelation to take place in your life. I'll give one more popular story that will make it more sense. That will make more sense to you. There was a time a gentleman called Joseph was actually in a privileged class and a wealthy class in Egypt. So he brought his family that experienced exponential growth in their presence in Egypt. They owned houses and lands and cars. So Egypt was not the promise. Egypt was a process for them. But they never understood that. So they emerged a new king, Pharaoh, who never knew Joseph. And the children of Israel were actually treated badly. And they were taking away their houses and cars and everything. And whatever they have, those in possession. and they were now confiscated. Their goods were confiscated, and their houses, and they drove them into camps and made them slaves. So children of Israel now remember that Egypt was not their final destination. It wasn't the promise. It was actually a place. How do I put them? A process. Then a process. So all this discomfort, this stress, it make them understand that they are not supposed to be here. They intend to go. So if not because of that particular challenges they face, they will not accept the gift of Moses when Moses came. Because already under slavery, because being maltreated. And when the Moses came and said, we are going to do the promise, all of them accepted because they're already tired. So sometimes things that once God wants to say to us, is that most of us are not ready to listen to God. So that is why God allows certain things to happen to us through a season of breaking. So when opportunity comes, you can accept it. Because if you're actually being paid so much in your place of job, you will not accept business opportunities. After I'm getting big salary of 1.5 million, 2 million, so I don't need any business opportunity. I'm okay here. But that's not where you're supposed to be a business owner. You're supposed to be an entrepreneur, also own businesses and investment. But since you're getting 2 million, I say, I'm finally eating my children away. Before you know, 35 years don't reach. Before you know, you're being retired. Before you know, the reality setting. So why not everyone see the 100% opportunities? Well, let's write this one down to wrap up this. Is the season of breaking. Before we go to why not see the 100%. So write down. Sometimes there are things God wants to say to us. Sometimes there are things God wants to say to us. Sometimes there are things that God wants to say to us, but we are not ready to hear. Sometimes there are things that God wants to say to us, but we are not ready to hear. Come on, until we go through a season of breaking. Sometimes there are things that God wants to say to us, but most times we are not ready to hear. So that is why, until we pass through a season of breaking, once we pass through a season, we need to say, "Oh God, forgive me. Okay, God, what do you want me to do now?" If not that breaking, most of us not gonna accept. Even me, sir, I won't even accept this part I'm doing right now. So personally grow people, I'm not even interested in it. But it was a season of breaking that broke me down. That said, if I'm going to rise again, I will never rise the way I rose before. And how did it happen? I lost money. I lost 87 million, which was not my money. 100%. 41 was my money. So that breaking, I have to work and pay for 6 million. And sold property, sold everything I have just to make sure I get out of debt. That debt, I never thought that I'll be broke in life. Someone that travel around the world, who have offices around Nigeria. You can't even talk to me now. Pride from my body. If you want to ask questions, how much do you have? When you tell me, I'll say, leave my office. I was in Port Harcourt now, not even you. Big offices, living well. Until that loss happened to my life, I told myself, nah. So I used to feel that I know too much. I don't need anybody advice. So what that moment made me start looking for mentors. I got investment mentor that moment in my life. I never do any investment again without a counsel of my mentor. If not, I don't have investment. I know, so I read books, I know what I'm doing. But that moment broke me down. That made me understand that for me to grow, I must teach people what I do. Because the quality of people you have around you, they are the quality of your life. A wise man is not a man that makes wise. A wise man is a man that has wise people around him. Yes or yes? Yes. No, touch yourself. Say I'm a success. I'm a success. Say I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. That is the reason. So my mentor told me I must read and write. And anybody that mentor must read and write. That's why when somebody comes, you don't want to read and write. I already told you that you can't be in my space. But you just reminded me of what happened to me before. That see, everybody around me that don't read and write, they are not truly with me. Because as a leader, you must impact to influence. They're not impact. Life is about contribute. They not contribute. You must contribute to influence. And you must build. They not build. So many things that God wants to say to us, but we are not ready to hear. Until we pass through a season of what? Breaking. So we cannot round up here today. Let's see how far we can go today. I have only 5 minutes more to talk. I need to even end, but let me just give a thumbs up. So tomorrow we start from there. Why not all see 100-fold? Write it down. Outline number 5. Why not all see 100-fold results? Why can't everybody just see 100-fold results? Why? Because of this season of rival mentality, picking offense, disloyalty, rebellion, disobedience, problem everywhere. The blocks, the blind, they see results. If you see them. You can be working from now to tomorrow. The universe is against. It will fight tooth and neck. So I would not even like to go here, but let me just okay. Let me just drop some foundation. So tomorrow we'll take the note. Write it down. Why is it that some people get different results? Write it down. Why is that some people get different results from the same teaching? Why there are some people get number one? Why do some people get number one different results from the same teaching? Why do some people get different results from the same teaching? Number two, get different results from the same coaching. Why do some people get different results from the same teaching? Same different result from the same coaching. Number 3, different result from the same message. Why does some people get different results from the same teaching? Why some people get different results from the same coaching? Some people get different results from the same message. Full stop. It is because of the state of their readiness. It is because of the state of their readiness. Readiness to what? Personal transformation. Readiness to what? Real change. Some people don't want real change. Do you think everybody is interested to become a millionaire in this life? Not everybody. I can prove it to you. Not everybody. Why don't people get different results from the same teaching? Why don't people get different results from the same coaching, the same mentoring, the same message, the same information, the same teaching, the same, of course, training? It's because of the state of their readiness. So if they're not ready, nobody can help such a man. If leave it, nobody can help such a man. So when I come tomorrow, I will do justice to why not everybody say 100-fold. This teach, you see, some will produce takes, some takes 100-fold. There are 5 ways people dream. Some people dream in the past, they're not past. Read a book called 21 Success. No, the build of the 21st century. He said, some people dream in the past, work anymore. I get time before the property. Some people dream small dreams. They're not small dreams. And some people dream dreams and achieve them and they remain bored. Some people dream big dreams, no plan to achieve them. Some dreams and achieve them, go far to dream more, achieve more, because of the readiness of their heart. Some people in this life, until they have come to the point to say, I think I need to learn something. Until God passed them through the process of Egypt. You know, the church will never accept living in Egypt because they were living a privileged life, a wealthy class, what Joseph did to the family, but they forgot their identity. They forgot that this is not their destination, this is a process. They're not process. Until a new Pharaoh emerged and subjected all them to slavery and beat them, flog them every day, big problem. And in fact, the way Moses showed up, they quickly accept. They say, well, God, will they follow you? Any which way, will they follow? So definitely, even when they follow, they will still complain when they're in the middle of the going. They now remember the carrots, the garlic in Egypt. And they started complaining. This thing I tell you, blame and complain. They blame Moses. All of that complain and blame, they died in way that all of them died. Because of this, their problem is blaming Moses. Make a 40-day journey become 40 years. It's a problem of every person who doesn't accept teachings and trainings, who doesn't feel that there's a need for the next level. See, let me tell you, everybody have the next level. And whether you like it or not, this year, all of us will be +1. Say, I will be +1. Some of them become +1 already. So growth is constant. And that's the only constant in life. You must accept growth. You must accept teachings and training. You must find someone. Whether it's me, someone, find somebody. Just find somebody. I keep telling you, don't follow a leader who doesn't have a leader. Don't follow a mentor who don't have a mentor. Don't follow somebody who doesn't respect anyone in his life. Just find somebody. Because if anything goes wrong, who will you talk to? If anything goes wrong, there are many you can advise. You can't advise them. The tyranny of their government is too much. Anyway, that's the best we can take. So I really wish we have the luxury of time to do justice today. But tomorrow, we have to talk about the readiness of heart, how we can help you see 100-fold result in your business, in any way you find yourself, how you can become that I can have that a hand that whatever you touch turn to gold. So we discuss that so that at least anywhere you go, men will see the glory of God in your life. Your life will so shine that men can know. We talk about 30-fold, 60-fold, and 100-fold. And what's the difference between them? How you can up yourself, how you can improve yourself to the next level. To the next level. And next level doesn't mean that you will stop working. No. Next level demands a new level of skills, new level of competence, new level of knowledge, new level of exposure, new level of how do I call it? Incidents. Incidents. You must give your brain a new incident, a new teachings, a new freshness. Anyway, that's the best we can take today. So, online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Reason is that mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. That's the best we can take today. Shalom. Okay. For the rest of us here, I want, if I'm